Let's take a look at the compensation module. The compensation module has two main components, pay codes and pay plans. Let's take a look at the pay codes first. Pay codes are either categorized as compensation codes, which pay out directly on a check, or a balance code, which affects some sort of bank of time or money. When we drill down to see the rules behind these codes, we can see that they are grouped by our common employee groupings. Could be hourly versus salary, could be admin versus management, whatever makes sense for your organization. You can have as many different groupings as you need. Behind each group there is a series of flags. These flags are used to create grosses that we are going to use in calculations. Our deductions, our benefit, our accrual, and our allowance calculations. So we can do our typical taxable gross, sick gross, vacation gross, but we can also do user-defined grosses. So we could flag bonus pay and reg time and vacation into a gross, and then do a calculation on that amount. We also have a tab here for categorizing our payments. We also have tax flag screens, so Canada, USA, New Zealand. This will be related to whatever country you happen to be in. There's a rules tab as well. We can cost bonus pay for admin differently than we cost bonus pay for management, for example. This is where we can change our rate factors, which you will see right here. So maybe for overtime it would be 1.5 or 2 times. We can do flat amount on pay codes, and we can do piece straight on pay codes. So once we have our pay codes defined, then we can look at our pay plans. These are the actual salary amounts that employees earn. We define them by step records. We have two different kinds of step records. A fixed step, which is where there is one value per step, or we can have a range where there's a min and a max, and we negotiate the salary somewhere in that range. These are date effective, so if you know the changes a year from now, 2 years from now, you can actually put those into the system, and the system will use those values when the time comes. We can also set up rules to increment between the steps. So they can be a combination of hours worked, or months worked, or maybe both. We can do an anniversary date, maybe on a hire date or a seniority date. They move from one step to another. These rules are also date effective, so you can have different rules in play at different points in time. There are a lot of mass change processes in this module as well. Let's take a look at a typical one. This is the wage transaction generation. So you can select the group of employees that you're going to change. You can also select off single employees, and then maybe you can decide what kind of changes you're going to do. You could be moving them steps, maybe it is an amount or a percentage that is changing. You can also do these in simulation. You would do that by clicking this box right here. So if you want to see what the effect would be if you made a 2% wage increase, you could run this in simulation and do a what-if analysis. The transactions are viewable either on reports, or you can take a look at them on the screen here and see the before and after. If you are happy with the results, you can run this process without having the simulate flag on and have the wages automatically update.